I'm strong to the finish 'cause I eats me spinach. Actually, spinach is one of those things that I love to eat on keto because it's got lots of fiber and it really helps move things around, if you know what I mean. But it can also be really tasty and it's a wonderful thing to have. I like to mix it with chayote, which is a Mexican squash. I don't know if it's Mexican, but it's a squash that's used in Mexican cooking a lot. And if you mix the spinach and the chayote and you can mix it up with some yogurt and some cheese and you bake it, you wind up with a really wonderful little casserole that you can use as a side dish, you can use it as a main course, or you can just eat it whenever you're in the mood for some spinach. So definitely try this. I'm going to show you the recipe and you're going to love it. This is a chayote. It's a kind of squash that's used quite a bit in Mexican cooking. It also has no carbohydrates, so it's a really kind of a nice thing. You grate the chayote because you don't want to be eating the skin. You want to peel it. Remember there's a pit in the middle and you need to cut that pit out at some point or grate around it. Squeeze it out good, get all the water out of the chayote, and you should be left with about 2 cups of grated chayote. Okay, you want to steam the spinach. Get your water boiling, and then if you have one of these, stick it in there. Otherwise, you can put it straight in the water, but you're going to have to drain it, and don't use too much water. You want 3 cups of cooked spinach, and that equates to about 4 cups of uncooked spinach. We're using an entire package of baby spinach here. It's easy enough to do. Cover it over with a cover and let it cook for 1 to 2 minutes. All right, if you take a look, you'll see the spinach is just wilted at this point. That's perfect. That's how you want it. Now take it, drain it, put it through a colander, and press out the water, and you'll be ready for the next step. So now you put about 3 tablespoons of your melted butter into a pan. And you take your onions and saute them. Okay, now that your onions are just slightly cooked, not quite brown, put in the spinach. Cook everything together. Do this for about a minute. All right, go ahead and add in the chayote and saute everything for another 2 minutes or so. Okay, now you're creating your mix. To do that, you take a cup of yogurt. We like to use Greek yogurt. We have the fage here, which we think goes really well in this. Into this, you add 3/4 of a cup of grated parmesan cheese, 1/2 cup of grated Swiss cheese, and then your remaining 4.5 tablespoons of butter. Mix this all up. And this is the point you want to add a little bit of salt and a large pinch of pepper. I like lots of pepper and a little bit of salt. So I'm putting in about a pinch of salt and then 2 pinches of pepper. Mix that all in here. Now you want to take a baking pan. I like to use a baking pan. You can use a casserole dish, whatever. And then you want to layer your spinach chayote mix. Layer some of this on top. Put the spinach chayote mix on top of it, and put the rest of this on top of that. the rest of the vegetables are layered out over the yogurt mixture, you put the rest of the yogurt mixture on top. And spread that out. Just sprinkle some Parmesan cheese over the top. And a little bit of pepper. Now if you want, you can put some nutmeg on there too, but I don't particularly think the nutmeg adds much, so I don't put that on there. I think this is fine as is. Put it in the oven, bake it at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Okay, now regardless of whether you want to use this as a side dish or as a vegetarian main course, it's keto friendly. You can have it any time of the day, anytime. It's a great dinner, it's a great side dish, it's wonderful, and it gives you lots and lots of cheesy, yogurty, tangy flavor with lots of fiber from the veggie. Nice. It has a really good texture. It's smooth. It's got a wonderful flavor. You can taste the cheese. You can taste the tang from the yogurt. You can feel the texture from the chayote and from the spinach. That gives it a little bit of a give to when you bite it. If you wanted to put some spicy peppers in here, if you like your food spicy, it'll go really good with spicy peppers. And like I said, some people like nutmeg in the flavor. That would be good too. But however you do it, make this, try it, you're gonna love it. It's really tasty. I'm gonna finish this.